How are we doing, people? Am I sounding all right? Please do let me know if the audio's not working incredible. I apologize. Yeah, how we doing, people? It's good to see some people in the chat. Well, not in the chat, but you know, people have taken time to be a part of the live stream. But yeah, basically today, I mean, we'll kind of just get straight into it. No real yapping before. But basically, we're just getting into this Dark Souls mini short film that I'm working on. Just something for fun, you know, using different technologies like Rococo motion capture, Blender, Unreal Engine, you know, just kind of playing around with these different things. DaVinci as well. So yeah, pretty much we'll just be able to jump right into it. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, let's screen share here. Where am I? I've disappeared. There I am. Right, let's just quickly make sure this is all working. There we go. Cool. So yeah, so this was the original. I'll just quickly play some of it so you can get an idea. So this was the original one that I made on my channel for fun. Just kind of this silly thing of this character comes into this boss fight, because you know, we all know when we walk into a boss fight in Dark Souls. So the idea is he's come for this boss fight, this character is ready, this evil character, I guess, is ready. You think they're about to go into this epic fight, and it turns out, no, he's actually a complete noob at the game, and he's just panic rolling. And the bad person is confused, just one taps him, he goes down, giant hole in his chest, and he's dead. And it's this, you know, I did it for fun. I figured let's do it again and up it. So what we did first is got to record the mocap. So for example, here we've got our main character, right? This is the Fire Queen, and Rococo was actually really kind and sent me their Rococo coil, and I was able to use it for this project because one of the characters holds onto a sword with two hands like this, which is quite difficult to do without the Rococo coil. You can do it, but often the hands are like this, and so it was quite cool to be able to use it because it meant the hands stuck, which was quite exciting. So for this character, for example, it gets that exact positioning of the hands, seeing the character go, seeing the character get ready, ignite the flames, right, ready to go. So we can, like, I mean, let me show the night let me show you what I was talking about with the night really quick, and then I'll show you the Blender scene where I brought the mocap and cleaned it up, just so everyone knows what my workflow is for these kind of things. Because sometimes I can bring the mocap straight into Unreal, other times I have to bring it into Blender. So we have our knight here, grabs the sword, pulls it out, ready to go. And look at that, it's pretty exciting, like how accurate the hands are, right? That wouldn't be possible before, but now I've just got all this pretty cool movement. And then kind of jumps forward and starts doing all that goofy stuff. So basically we brought the mocap into Blender, we retarget it onto our character. It's a custom character that I made in Blender. I used the Rococo retargeter because it's like the most straightforward one out there. There are other ways that you can retarget, absolutely, but this one I found is just the most straightforward. So now we've got our mocap on the character. I believe I did slow it down a little to kind of sell that scale a bit more, but it was looking really cool seeing this mocap data on the character. So I'm like, cool, this is good. Then we come into Unreal Engine, get those textures on it, and it's looking pretty awesome. So today we're basically just going to refine this a little bit, and then we're going to work on the knight animation, just refining that, getting that all ready. And then at that point it's just rendering. So at that point, just in any free time that I have, I'll be rendering stuff out, putting it into the edit, and then getting it out there for you guys to enjoy. So this is just kind of showing you guys those last few little tips and tricks that I do that kind of refine the last few sequences. So we'll just go through that today. You know, hang around if you want to. If not, you can dip out and just watch this post live, whatever you prefer, right? So first off, I need to fix these flames because they're visible at all times, and we only really want them to be visible at that point, right? So let's find the exact bit where we want them. I'd say about there. Cool. So let's set a keyframe there for the scale. Let's go back 2 keyframes. Oh. That's not what I'm trying to do. Just trying to set it to 0. Then that means it should only appear now. Nice, right? So now we're gonna do that to the light. So we don't need to keyframe the scale of the light, but what we do need is we need to keyframe the brightness. So there's so many fog cards in this scene, it's so annoying. Can't just find what I'm looking for. Okay, here we go. So let's find that bit when the flames are coming in. So that's one. So set keyframe. There's nothing there. There's a bit of flame there, but there's no flames there. So we'll set this to 0. And now it does that. It does, however, give a bit of a snap feel, right? I think it happens a little too quickly. So I think I'm going to spread out this, and that should smooth things out. I think we want it to feel a little less jarring. There we go. That's a little better. Nice. Cool. Alright, so now we select these flames. Set scale there. Turn the music down in my headphones. Okay. Set scale here. Cool. And then we just kind of find where we want it to become visible. It's about here. And this is fine. Technically, I don't really want these to be perfectly in sync, because then it feels more organic. You know, there is a systematic way I could do this where both would appear at the same time. Oops. But if I do that, then sorry. Then if I do that, it looks a little too organic. Sorry, it looks a little too non-organic, because everything happens at the same time, and the reality is there's imperfections, right? And we need to recreate those imperfections in our work. It's very easy to just want everything to look perfect and cool, because you can do that in CG, but that's often what makes it look like CG. So we're trying to do the opposite here. So that looks pretty good. Only issue is back here. Okay. So now it has nothing, and then boom. Nice. Great. That looks pretty cool. Now we've run into another problem. Here, can't see anything. Can't really make out this character, right? The lighting is cool, but I can't make out its face. And if I have a shot here, they just, like, everything else is well lit. I like the lighting, but they just look underlit, right? I can't really make out any details on their face, which can work because we want them to, like, maybe not be too visible until the fire. But I would like the audience to be able to read them a little better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this. I'm just going to bring this off to the side a little more. Something like this. What is this doing? How much is this doing? Okay, it's doing something. Might actually bring it more front side. What's that doing? It's doing something. Let's bring it a little closer. That's good. There we go. A lot more readable. But there's too much blue now. So let's hue shift this. What happens if we do that? Something a bit more orange, green. No. Let's do something warmer. There we go. That's better. You can make out. See, it's subtle, but it does help. Does help. We're going to drop that volumetric look to it though, because you can see its source otherwise. But that looks a lot better. It does feel like there's a light right in his face though. So let's increase the radius of the source so it's a little more soft. See what I mean? Like, it feels a little too harsh. It's without it. Right. Maybe drop the intensity. That's better. Right. So it's doing something. It's helping me read her form a lot better. and then obviously we get that really nice warm color coming in once the fire ignites, which looks very sick. So I just want to see how the rest of this looks. That's pretty cool. How she raises up. She thinks he's going to do something, but instead he's just doing this stupid shit. She kind of looks around like, is this guy serious? Is this who's come? Okay, all right. And then she'll do that. And at that point, so it would be like a shot like this. And I will be using a 2D asset. Something that just comes right at camera. And then okay, so that's that. So from here, it should probably start disappearing again. And then at this point, I'll have her land about here. Yeah, so at that point, yeah, okay, definitely. Okay, so the flames need to disappear about from here. So let's add some more keyframes. Let's keyframe there, and about there, it becomes invisible. Hey man, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. You've been searching for me. I'm glad you found me. Yeah, welcome to the channel, man. Glad that you feel like it's worth your time to subscribe. I appreciate that a lot. I know my channel's been a little quiet recently. That's just straight up been because I needed a bit of a break. I'd been doing with We Few Survivors, my Last of Us short film. I'd gone pretty intense, and I needed some time to recharge. So now I'm kind of getting back into it, and I've got a few fun mini short films on the way that I think you guys are going to enjoy. And then I've got a very large scale project that is on the way as well. I just finished writing the script, so I think it's something you guys are all going to really enjoy, but that's going to take a lot longer to do. That's going to be kind of similar length to We Few Survivors in terms of like how long it will take me to make it. So I did finish if by did you finish The Last of Us, if you mean the project that I was making, We Few Survivors, then yes, I did finish it. It's now live. It's done really well. People loved it. It's got over 250,000 views, which is insane. Like, it's one of the best performing things I've ever done. I'm very humbled that that many people thought it was good enough to warrant their time. But no, it was a really fun project to work on, and yeah, people seem to really like it, which means a lot, especially when you work so hard on something. And the team as well were great during production, all the actors, and Robin as co-director, and there we go, okay, and also the assistant director and everyone helping with motion capture, and like I said, the actors and the technicians, like everyone that helped out during production was incredible. And then it also just made my job as visual effects artist a lot easier, because there was less. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever had a team, bro. It was insane. It was really fun. First time I've ever had a team for any kind of project. Yeah, people just heard about it and were like, yeah, let's do this. And yeah, it's really exciting. There's that opened some doors for the channel, certainly. Well, it was solo. Like, all the visuals are done by me. So everything you are seeing was done by me. But instead of, like, me performing every character in a mocap suit, I actually was able to work with some really awesome actors that performed and everything like that. And then we also had a team to help just organize everything on the day that we shot the motion capture. Yo, hello mate, how you doing? Good to see you. But yeah, but everything in terms of post-production, that was still very much me by myself, which is what I wanted. Hiccups. Which is what I wanted. I wanted to do everything myself in terms of visuals, because that's the way I've always done it at this channel. You know, it's where I'm putting my artwork, so I kind of want it to still be me doing all the visuals. Will there come a time when I use a visual effects team? Sure. I posted a trailer. And I released it about a week or two after the new season of the show came out, so I tried to align it with that, which was kind of accidental. Like, I didn't realize when that season was coming out, and it was only until about a week away from when we were shooting the mocap that I kind of realized, oh wait, this new season of the show is coming out. What if we get this out at the same time? So yeah, no, not a ton of advertising. Oh, thank you, man. That's very kind of you. I don't know about inspiration, but I do appreciate it. I'm glad that, you know, seeing me do something motivates other people. That's always a huge compliment. So I really appreciate that. That's awesome, man. I hope that all the work that you're doing goes really well, man. Okay. Yeah, kind of like this. My only issue now is I kind of want some of this to hit her. Like, right now, none of it is. So I think I'm going to duplicate this. You know, some people might say I'm spending too much time on lighting, but in my opinion, you can never spend too much time on lighting. Lighting is everything. Lighting can make a character that has really bad textures look incredible, right? It can save a lot. Obviously, to an extent. There's some things you can't save, but there's a lot that your lighting can save in a shot. It can go from looking amateur and mediocre to looking professional and very cinematic. Oh yeah, that would be very cool, actually. That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. We'll definitely play with that. This is just a little animation. This is just a little animation. It's not meant to be anything crazy. I've been like spending 1 or 2 days a week working on it just because I'm so busy with work right now. But yeah, the goal is to just make a little fun animation that everyone can enjoy. Really, that's the end goal. Is this doing anything? It is doing. Wow, I really have to boost it just to do something to her character. That looks better. You can read her profile a lot easier now. I like the highlights that we get here now as well, and here. Yeah, that's a lot more readable now. Yeah, that's much better, much better. When did I hit 1K subs? Oh, that's a good question. I believe it was... when was it? I think it was the end of 2023. Basically, I started taking YouTube seriously in August of 2023. This August will mark 2 years. 2-year anniversary of the channel. And I released a trailer for a short film called Dark World, which is still very much in production. But the script is being basically completely rewritten from the ground up. And it's far more ambitious because of how well the trailer did, but also because of recent developments with certain people that I'm now friends with, and the technology that they have access to. It's like I'm able to be a lot more ambitious with a lot of my ideas. So a lot of the original stuff that I wanted to be in Dark World, I'm able to now put it in Dark World. But basically, I released the first trailer. It was one of the first things that I ever did in Unreal Engine. And it did insane numbers. It did like somewhere between 600,000 and 700,000 views. And that was really what skyrocketed. That was really what skyrocketed the channel. And then I just tried to keep being consistent and releasing other short films, and that kept pushing it. And then if I remember correctly, I think it was towards the end of 2023 where I hit 1,000 subscribers, which was insane and so exciting, because it was like, oh, maybe there's something in this, you know. Like I had just lost my job at ILM. They had dropped me because of the strikes. When the actors and the writers went on strike, I lost my job at ILM, and I was in a very low area of my life, and I was kind of just doing these short films in Unreal Engine just to keep myself entertained, because I was unemployed and pretty damn depressed because I lost my job. But through that, this channel came alive, and so it's been an awesome, beautiful journey. But yeah, I would say about there, and it's just continued growing. You know, we're on our way to 20,000 subscribers now, which is mind-boggling. Like, trying to imagine 20,000 people in a stadium is shocking, you know. So it's the fact that that amount of people have gone, yeah, I like this stuff enough to subscribe. That is so incredible and so humbling. I was a visual effects generalist at ILM. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. Don't worry about the questions. I welcome them. I always, in these live streams, I always encourage. I'm like, listen, guys, if you have questions about anything, don't hesitate. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's, you know, it's everyone goes through it. Everyone goes through dark times, and for me, that was my test at the time, which was, you know, particularly brutal and difficult, but I persevered. I just didn't let it ruin anything, really. But it was, yeah, it was a tough time. It was a testing time. It felt like almost like I had to ask myself, do you really want this? You know, because you're gonna have to fight tooth and nail if you really want this. You know, you've been kicked back down to the bottom of the mountain, and you're gonna have to fight tooth and nail to get back up there. You know, and I just kind of was thinking this all in my head, and I was like, all right, time, I gotta lock in. It's like, which is, I know it's become quite like a cheesy line for people to say, yeah, I gotta lock in, but it was one of those moments where it was like, yeah, this is a do or die moment. I gotta go for it. So I went for it, and this channel, you know, grew, which was not what I was expecting at all. Yeah, so the channel, technically the channel can now make money, but I don't make money really. Like, it's a good like if I make £5 or wherever you're from, $5, that's like, wow, you know, like I don't really make money from the channel. Just the way that YouTube now works compared to back in the day, from views alone you can't really make money. It has to be through sponsors and things like that. So I don't have a ton of sponsors. I have one sponsor, which is an incredible sponsor, and they've been lovely to me, and that's Rococo, the company that I use their motion capture stuff, and they've been so warm and welcoming and loving towards me. And yeah, like, this channel would not be what it is without their help and support with the mocap suits and everything like that. So big shout out to Rococo, my first sponsor, the first people that believed. But yeah, they kind of just provide me with technology, I guess is the best thing I can say, because I don't do this for money. You know, I have a full-time job, so I'm making money with that. Would it be awesome to one day be able to go full-time? Absolutely. That is certainly something that I could see happening if the channel keeps growing, and I would love to do that because it means I get to make more stuff for you guys, right? It means you guys have more short films, more content, more behind-the-scenes content, more educational content, and just fun, entertaining content, right? Because I'm able to focus wholeheartedly on the channel. So that would be exciting. Well, listen, so you can make money via YouTube, but you can't really make a lot just off of views. Like, views, or at least for me, I don't really make money off of views, right? A lot, you have to get sponsors or create products, and then you advertise that stuff to your audience, and then that's what makes you the money, which then you can then fully reinvest into the channel to make the content even better for your audience. So there, it's almost like your audience is investing in the YouTube channel, and therefore then the content is better. So it's like, oh, I see potential in this channel, you know, I'm going to help out in some way. Maybe they have a sponsor, or maybe they have a product like a 3D asset or an or like a course or something, right? And you'll spend money on that, and then they can use that money to grow the channel even more. Or at least that's what I've always done. Any money that this channel has ever made, which is not a lot, it's really not a lot, it all gets immediately reinvested into the channel to try and make better stuff for you guys. Because that's what I care about. I care about making good stories for you guys to enjoy. I don't care about all the fancy cars and houses and all that BS that you see a lot of influencers doing, like, you know, just flashing shit. It just kind of pisses me off, to be honest, because I'm just like, are you that shallow? Come on, man. Do something more interesting. Okay. Now, let me just double check, because I'm pretty happy with how this is looking now. This is looking quite cool. So what I want to do next is I want to bring in this. What is this? Oh, yes. Look how broken that is. That's hilarious. Cool. All right. Let's move on to, for example, if you exclude the sponsors, you have 200k views and some viewers. How would you say that in money? Oh, not a lot, mate. You're probably looking at like £100. Yeah, something like that. At least, again, this is for me with the type of content I make. I'm pretty sure that the money you make per view is different depending on the content you make. I'm not the best person to ask. There are some really cool and useful channels out there that really break it down on how AdSense and all of that different stuff works on YouTube. I'd really recommend checking them out. I can't remember any of their names, but if you just search it up on YouTube, there's lots of really useful videos that can really teach you how it works. But yeah, I 200,000 views does not translate into much. Like, I think the video made 100 somewhere between 100 and 150 pounds. That's how much, or you know, 100 $150. That's how much money the video made, which is just like, compared to what I invested into that product, into that short film, with things like assets and environments and different things like that, and softwares that I was using to, you know, texture things, or you know, different things like this, like, doesn't come close to covering it. You know, people see that amount of views and they think, oh, he must have made thousands, and it's like, nope, no, that's not how YouTube works anymore. It's not like that anymore. You know, you need a different form of product. You need products, but I'm not really interested in doing that, because that kind of feels weird doing that stuff. However, I do have I do have an animation asset pack that I'm working on. It's some infected from The Last of Us. So like the clickers. I'm going to create like a little animation asset pack and put that on for sale. Nice, man. Awesome. Well, then there you go. But here where I live, that doesn't get you very far. Unfortunately, prices are pretty ridiculous over here. That's, you know, inflation is brutal over here. Like, prices are so stupid over here in the UK. It's insane. Especially London, which is where I'm living right now. London is very expensive. Okay, so night. Try and think of a name. We'll just put Night Fights Boss, just so that we know that this is where that animation is going. Let's add it into our sequence. Let's see how this looks in sequence. It's gonna look very goofy. Don't know why he's so small. I probably forgot to do something in Blender, which I often do. So, once again, I'm not the best at this. Oh. No, he's fine. What? Okay, weird. Okay, well, this guy. Gonna hide him because we don't want him. But what we do want is this guy. What's he look like? He looks tiny. Oh, that's funny. Look how tiny he is. It's alright. I think I did something wrong in my export from Blender, and that's why he is that small. And I would just need to fix that, basically. But I don't think I can be bothered. I don't mind just rescaling him. Alright, and in terms of positioning, at this point he'll be standing about here. I think I've done this wrong. Okay, we're going to copy this. And we're going to get rid of this. I just realized that I've done this wrong. I need to duplicate this because I want the knight still there. Knight fights boss. Cool. Put him in there. Basically, for any shots where I want him to be doing this and to see her, that now works like that. So that's great. Oh, no, wrong button. Out of layer. Move this guy down. What's going on? Really? You can do this? Be an asshole? Brother! Oh my days. Okay. So we have our guy. Let's now add some textures onto him, eh? See what we can do. Nice. That's a pretty sick visual right there. I think that I might make that the thumbnail, honestly. Imagine. I mean, we'll do his lighting a little better and give him his sword, but that's a pretty sick thumbnail right there. I think that will look pretty cool. That'll work pretty nice. All right. So this guy has. It's pretty cool. Let's set up a little bit of a lighting here. So we're going to use some point lights. Put this up to something stupid just so it can be visible, because this is a scene. I think it was made by Megascans, and so because it's made by Megascans, you just kind of have to open it and just pray that the textures aren't broken. And unfortunately, this one, the textures are certainly broken. They are sorry, not the textures, the lighting is certainly broken, because like I have to crank up the intensity to 1000 just for it to be visible, which means that the world settings are all broken. And so yeah, it's one of those things that happens when you use a scene that someone else has made. They don't always follow what you want. That's pretty. The green glow. let's get rid of the temperature. Because all the shots are going to look like this, really. So let's get the lighting looking good here. Right, we want that highlight. It's just like that. Get that nice little highlight there. And then you get something like this. Which is doing like filler. Let's bring the warmth of this in. So get something that looks kind of like that, which looks really cool. Again. Something like that. That's a pretty cool thumbnail. That does the job, certainly. But we have an issue. He has no sword. Where's his sword? Don't worry, we're gonna get his sword. So we're just gonna have to import it in here and attach the textures to it. But that'll be fine. Let's just create a new folder. Label it sword. Go inside. Okay, let me just quickly find where it is. I believe it is in here. Night. Render? No. Definitely have a sword somewhere. So let's see where I put that. There it is. Gotcha. Alright, so we're just going to bring the sword, attach it to his hands, and see how that looks. If you're just joining us, this is a live stream where I'm just kind of showing my filmmaking process on how to make a little short animation inside of Unreal Engine. I am currently making a Dark Souls animation inside of Unreal Engine, so stick around if you want to see how we're working on it, or don't, you know, no worries. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. This should hopefully be coming out pretty soon as I'm working it. Oh, thank you, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, there was a lot of hard work on that project, so I'm really glad to hear that you enjoyed it, man. Hopefully the first of many. Hopefully the first of many. Oh, it's all separate pieces. That is not what we want. So let's figure this out, because I definitely have... Is this the sword? Let's see. No, this is something else. Oh my days. This is... I know what project I've gone inside of. This is so old. Oh, that's hilarious. I've gone inside the wrong project. Okay. Right, let's get the actual one. I believe it's here somewhere. I think it had an E in it, didn't it? Oh, there we go. Night. There it is. My bad. I went into the wrong wrong scene. Yeah, I've actually got some pretty exciting news, guys, that I don't want to say yet, Partly because I'm still working on the news, but also I don't want to spoil it. You know, I wanna keep you guys guessing just a little. But some very exciting news in terms of an announcement for the next big short film coming to the channel, which I think you guys are gonna love. I'm very excited to talk about it more. But right now it's quite in early stages, and so when I announce it, I want to show you some stuff when I announce it, basically. So it will probably be a live stream similar to this. And okay, this sword looks minuscule in his hands. Why does it look so small? That's better. I don't know why it looked so tiny. Okay. I believe I already have sword textures. Nice. Doesn't look great though. Is this really it? Whoa. Come on, man. Come on. Why is it frozen? Okay, there we go. We're back. Why did it take so damn long? Why is the roughness see, this is the issue with Unreal. It's like when it tries to automatically plug in textures, it plugged the roughness into the metallic. What it's doing there. I'm pretty sure I made custom textures for this. Pretty sure I did. New textures. Sword. Yeah, I have new textures for this thing. What is going on? We're gonna fix this right now. So I texture all my stuff inside of Substance Painter. It's great software. Recommend checking it out. It is one of the few Adobe products that I like. That and Photoshop. But it's great for texturing. It makes it so much more accessible to just use all the different procedural textures that they have. So I recommend checking it out for sure. A value of 2. Then why is it run out of memory? Run out of RAM? That's better. That looks pretty cool. So no. There we go. That looks better. That sword looks much better now. Cool. Alright, so we're going to attach this. We're going to make 2 duplicates of this sword, and I'll explain to you why. But basically, when he's walking, the sword's on his back, and then he grabs it and he pulls it out. And the way that we're going to make it look that way is we're going to have one sword attached to his back the whole time, and then we're going to have one sword that's always attached to his hand. And basically, we're just going to keyframe the visibility. So as he goes like this, the one on his back will disappear, and the one that's always in his hand will appear. And but on the visual, it will look like he's just grabbing it from the back. That makes sense. So that is what we're going to do now. So an issue that you might run into with an object is when you try to attach something, right? You see these coordinates here, right? These coordinates here are where your object are in relation to world origin. World origin is the most center part of your map. right? And basically these are the values that are applied to your object to offset it from world origin, which puts it wherever it is in your scene, right? So when I attach this to the knight, I find the right one. What is this animation called? Knight gets died. Nice little reference there for the family. So there, we're going to find the right hand. Now click on it. Look, it disappeared. Where'd the sword go? I just attached it to his hand. Well, this is what's happened. Like I said, the world origin is the most center part of the world, but of this map. But when you attach something to something else, that thing becomes world origin for that object. So now the sword is no longer applying these coordinates as an offset from the world origin. It is applying these coordinates as an offset from right here. And that's why it's disappeared. So if I want it to come back, all I have to do is reset that, right? Now it's freaking massive, but don't worry, we're going to solve that. Wait, why is that so big? Hang on, let's go back. What did I do wrong? Oh, I see. I remember now because of the new... Yeah, I forgot to do this. Got to turn this on. Preserve all. There you go. And now it stays in the hand. It's so weird. I don't know why it does that. It must be the new update, because it used to not do that. But that's great. I love that it does that. It saves me a ton of time. But you see, like, there's a lot of weird, like, it's not rotating the way that we want it to, right? So it's not going to be visible at this point, so we don't have to worry about it. But at that point, it needs to look pretty damn cool. And right now, it most certainly does not. So let's fix that. Why does that look so bad, man? What the... That looks awful. Why does that look so bad? What the hell, man? It looks terrible. Showing that as a short film? That's so bad. There we go. That's better. This. Fortunately, this is just part of the process where you get really... What's going on? You just get moments of doing really boring stuff, but the payoff is that you get some pretty cool shots, right? You have to hide it and that stuff as well. So at this point, it looks... Okay. So basically, we're going to go through and keyframe this, because right now it's like solidly attached to the hand, which is not how an object behaves, right? An object behaves like when I'm holding this water bottle, like it has its own movement and rotation, and yes, it's attached to my hand because I'm holding it, but it also can swing, right? I can do this, but look, my hand's not moving, but it's swinging, right? And so when you attach an object to someone's hand in any software, that kind of movement doesn't happen because it's just going off of the movement of the hand. So that is additional animation that you're going to have to add on your end. And how much work you put into that, it's entirely up to you. It just depends, you know, how much are you willing to put into it? And also, how much is really going to be noticeable? There's no point wasting weeks of time on something that's just not gonna be noticeable. Right, so you'll notice there's parts of this animation that look pretty damn ugly, right? And that's no one's fault but my own. But in the final thing, you won't notice because I'm gonna use specific angles to deal with that. See? So this kind of starts to curve kind of weirdly. So let's now do this. So it doesn't. And then we have this animation. Let's see what this looks like, hey? And he's just doing this stupid shit. Looks fine. Looks kind of funny. Looks kind of goofy. It's him just moving around. That looks awful. That bit looks pretty bad. So it looks good until about there. So let's find there, and that's okay. It looks kind of goofy. I'm not using this part of the animation because it lasts too long. That actually works really well. Like, this is the movement, right? So he goes, I mean, I'll fix the sword. The sword is broken, but this bit here where he goes like, hiya, and then the red light appears and he's like, ah, shit, I'm about to die. That actually worked really well. I'm surprised that did so good. All right, so let's fix this sword because this is awful. Once again, because it's like perfectly attached to the hand, right? Which is why you'll see, right, in really advanced motion capture volumes, they have dots not just on the people but also on the props, so that those little movements, like I was saying with a water bottle where it moves like this, it swings side to side, if you put tracking markers on the water bottle and then attach that data to a water bottle in your 3D scene, then you don't have to animate it by hand, right? And you skip a whole step. So that's why you're seeing quite big budget video games and cinematics and short films maybe that have a lot of budget for big volumes like that, you know, or even things like Avatar, right? You'll see they'll do things like that where props that they use also have tracking markers so that they don't have to hand animate all of that data, right? Because that's, whew, on a feature film, that's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Like, just speaking as someone that's just done it on short films, that's already a lot, you know? Like, I'm already like, damn, I need a break. His hand's a bit broken. I don't think the sword actually is an issue. His wrist is bent in a bit of a weird way right now, so hey Fia, how you doing? Enjoying the heat? Is Toffee dying slowly? Is she cooking alive? It's the name of our dog. So look, I've got an animation layer now where all of that stuff's there. So now I can add keyframes and alter things, which is fun. I quite like that bit. let's make all the bits visible. Oh, awesome. How was it? Was it good? I mean, you described it as fun day thing, so I'm imagining it was fun, but she's been sleeping all day. Of course she has. Of course she has. Well, she does work so hard, doesn't she? Being cute. That dog, man. It was hot. I bet it was. This weekend is cooking. I've got a power fan right now aimed at me. I'm using the background noise canceller on this microphone so you guys can't hear it, but I've got a fan underneath my desk right now that is going full power because it is cooking in England right now. I mean, not by standards of anywhere else, I'm sure, but we don't have AC, so so it sucks. Ooh. Yes, it is, Fia. Just working on this. So, yeah, hopefully should be coming out soon. Just a little fun one. Nothing crazy serious, but you know, something fun for people to watch, I'm sure. And then I've got a few other projects as well. But again, little small things that I think everyone will enjoy and just allows me to really get back into the spirit of this. Because we are certainly not. Glad you're excited. Yeah, no, it should be fun. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next month. Be good to catch up properly and everything as well. Bro, always on the grind. I'm an addict, I'm afraid. I am an addict. Let's see what this looks like now from this angle. Oh. Don't worry, you don't need to get me anything. Just hanging out with you guys will be fun enough. Don't worry about it. That looks pretty cool. With the sword. That's a pretty cool still frame right there. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Fia. Don't worry about getting me anything. Seeing you guys for that week and a bit will be more than enough. It's just fun hanging out with you guys and catching up. Thank you, Via. Nice. Okay, so now we're going to duplicate the sword. Okay, and like I said, we're going to attach this one to his back, because this will be visible on his back the whole time. And then basically on a camera cut, we'll hide the transition from this sword to the one in his hand. There's probably a good way to actually make characters perfectly pick things up, but anything that I've found so far online has not taught this. It's just taught about this technique that I'm using. I'm yet to see someone do a tutorial on like how to actually make your character pick something up. So in the meantime, this is how it's gonna work. Oh, I've already got it in here. Wow, I didn't even realize. I've got to turn off auto keyframes. Okay. Let's align this. And now with his back, let's rotate this a little bit. There we go. That's better. Thank you, Fia. I don't know. I think if anyone takes time to actually get into it, you'll realize it's not crazy complicated stuff that I'm doing right now. And I'm sure there's also a lot of ways that you could do this better than I'm doing it. But hey, what are you gonna do? Yeah, it should be fun. It's just a video game. Yeah, I mean, I would love to, but I'm not very good at the coding side. That's the only issue. I'd love to make like cutscenes. You know, if there's any, you know, video games out there that are like, hey, we'd love you to make some cutscenes for our video game. I'd love to do that. That would be sick, you know. But in terms of actual game, I don't know. I could make the worlds, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I can make the worlds, but I can't make the gameplay. That would have to be someone else's job. Because there's the stuff I am not as good at. Okay, so as you see he kind of reaches, and basically on that camera cut right there, so most likely I'll have an angle like this, not like this exactly, it'll be better than this, but where he goes to reach here, and at this point this sword will not be visible. Okay, then when his hand wraps around and then he does as he does that movement, we'll cut to an angle like this, perhaps, where we see this sword now no longer visible, and now this one is visible. So I've swapped the ones that are visible, but in the edit it will just look like he's gone like this, grabbed it and picked it up, if that makes sense. It's just a nice little way to make your characters pick things up or hand things to different characters without having to hide it. You know, I think that, you know, you can always just hide it, you know, it's out of camera, out of frame, but sometimes it can look like you are intentionally keeping it out of frame, and so then that makes it kind of like, well, you know, a little of a cheat. So this is a good way around that, where you're able to show the handoff, but you are hiding it still, but people don't know. It's not as obvious to people that you are hiding that pass off of those two objects. Assassin, what theme would you do if you made a video game? Assassin's Creed or maybe Shadow of Mordor? Yeah, I think I would probably do something like Shadow of Mordor. I mean, that was a great game. So yeah, probably something like that. Something with like some darkness to it. I don't know. Something cool with some darkness to it and some world building. Peak advice, thank you. But yeah, so now you get all this cool stuff. I'm gonna render a frame. Whoo! I love that now when she ignites her hands. That looks so cool now. Whoosh! And I'm gonna add like some, like almost like some camera shake, so it'll be like boom, like she shakes the whole room when she does that. So that will look very nice. Let's try and get an angle of this. Let's try and get a shot. Something like that. Actually, let me because here's the thing. I always render out frames of this, but then because I do them in this format, there's never like it's never enough to post on Instagram because it's landscape. So let me get a screenshot. Please don't crash. 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 Why is it compiling shaders? It's never done this before. For a screenshot? It's a screenshot. There we go. That's a pretty cool screenshot. Hell yeah. That looks pretty damn cool. Okay, so now that I've got that, now I'm gonna get another camera. Just a simple camera. And what happens if oh wait, no, if I close this, then all of this disappears. Because yeah. It doesn't look as cool when you close it. So let's keep it open. And okay, let's now pilot this camera. Cool. Basically 13,365. 13. Look at the detail even on the steps, man. This environment, which is free, by the way. This environment is free. It's on the Fab website for anyone to download. It's pretty insane that this kind of stuff can be made. That's pretty cool. Maybe what if I got it at right now? Did I have it at 35? 30? That's pretty cool. Let's get another high-res screenshot of this, eh? that look like? Hell yeah. Just something for Instagram. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, guys, consider following me on Instagram. I always post stuff on there that often teases things that I have not yet teased on YouTube. Unless, of course, you watch the live streams, then maybe you're far more up to date. But yeah, this is looking pretty cool. I think the last thing is... Let's, what scene could I bring it into? I could bring it into this scene. So, we have an animation that I've worked on. I'll probably open up here. Is that the right one? When did I work on this? Yeah, I did. Okay, this is the right one. I have quite a fun animation for when the knight gets dyed. Basically, in the last one, a hole just gets blown through his chest. We got to up it. So this time, the whole top half of him just gets incinerated. And he just collapsed, and this is all that's left of him. It's pretty fun. Basically, just deleted the top half of him. Sculpted this gooey stuff that you see here. Sculpted this in Blender. Has a great sculpting tool inside of Blender, so sculpted this disgusting fleshy stuff. Textured it in Substance Painter to make it look like disgusting flesh that's been burnt. Found a spine 3D model online and completely retextured it and stuff here as well, and it kind of just gives off this kind of look, which is pretty gross but pretty cool. Yeah, the creativity that you can come up with, eh? Oh, I've just noticed something. Probably gonna have to re-import this. So file, export, FBX selected, just legs. Export. Did I do selected only? Yeah, I did. Cool. Just making sure. Okay, so let's re-import this mocap into here. What did I do? Did I bring it in here? I brought it in here. I see. Okay, so let's open this up. Over here in my Blender scenes, just legs. Import. It's just gonna basically re-import and replace the old. Replace the old with the new. We just gotta wait for it to do its thing here, and then we're good. Amazing. Okay, re-imported. All good. Save that. Alright. So, here's our animation. Wow! It's bloody huge. Why is it so massive? fire looks very cool. Yes. It's a free asset. Once again, free asset in Unreal Engine. Why does this look like this? This is yeah, I need to work on my scale. I keep getting the scale wrong in my scenes. It's a work in progress. I'll get it right. I'm still figuring it out. I'm not perfect at this stuff, and I will never claim to be, but that looks hilarious. That's so good. So basically, she'll just be like, all right, I'm gonna just light this guy up because he does not know what he's doing. And she'll just go, whoosh, and we'll have like a giant fire effect. And then we'll just cut to like black. So you think like it's like a trailer for something. And in reality, this guy is just here. Where's the animation? There it is. The only problem is the embers right now are not glowing. They're not really glowing, even though I did pump this pretty ridiculous. So let's do this, eh? It looks pretty funny. It's just an animation from Mixamo, guys. You literally, which again is free. There is so much free stuff out there, guys. Really take advantage of it for your projects. But Mixamo, free mocap, free characters as well, right? And so I just basically put this character into Mixamo to rig him. Didn't even have to give him any bones. Mixamo did it for me automatically. And then I just picked an animation where the character falls to his knees and then falls on his face. Brought that into Blender, deleted the top half of him, and boom, you've got it, right? And Blender is also free, so it's all available for you guys. You can, you know, money is no longer going to get in people's way for creation. It's, you know, it is still in the way in aspects, but it is so exciting how much less it's in the way now, you know? I've never liked how you had to kind of buy your way in, but now that's not an issue anymore, you know? I mean, it is still an issue, but it's less of an issue, I should say. I'm just going to minimize this so that I can actually just see. There we go. Base color. Why is this so damn dark? Oh, because I made you dark. Okay. Something like that. Okay. Why is the roughness is awful right now? Of course. Don't worry. I'll be doing this stuff, and you'll be creating models to, I don't know, 3D print maybe. I don't know, build advanced props and costumes for people. I'm not sure but of course, yeah. Like a repo or a peak stream. I don't know, would people want to see me gaming? I mean, sure, maybe, yeah. I mean, when the channel's big, sure, why not? You know, why not? is this? It's kind of crazy how much I have to crank this up to see it. Come on. There we go. No, that's too much. It's too much. Maybe less is more. Maybe I need to take my own advice. Less is more sometimes, guys. Like when something's burnt, it's not glowing. It's like, yeah, there's elements of it glowing, but it's never crazy. So that's probably better. Prefer it to be a little more. You are talented, Fia. Come on now. Don't shoot yourself down. Okay. That's looking good now. Now the bone. Cool. Bone looks good. Bone is a little bit on the dark side, so let's increase the brightness just a little. That's better. Let's bring that back up. Ah, I see now. I see why I did what I did. Because it was just far too bright. Okay, so what if we just drop that? Okay. That's pretty much exactly what it looked like before. I said that was too dark. Okay. Well, technically, I do have a gaming account. It's just secret. No one's found it yet. No one's found it yet. It has one video of me playing Repo with some of my mates. It's a very funny video. It has about 100 views, and it's on a little secret channel that no one has found yet. But yeah, if I ever play games and funny videos come out of those games, I'll post them there for people to enjoy. But it's more of just a whenever I feel like it thing. This channel is very much the focus. Okay, I think this is much more like it now. Let's make these two textures two-sided, so that we don't get any transparent stuff. I don't want to spoil it. People have to go find it, you know, if they really want to see game stuff. I'll send you a message later, okay? I'll send you the link to the video. Nice, look at that. Awesome. So now we've got all our animations, basically. Okay. It's all lined up, it all works. Everything's looking pretty darn cool. And that's pretty much everything that I wanted to do in this session. Is I wanted to clean up this animation, which I have. We've got his sword in there. We've got his death animation there, which won't be visible during the thing. We've got some pretty cool animation now when she ignites her hands like that. Like that looks sick. And with the camera animation, that'll look even more cool. We honed in her lighting, we honed in his lighting, we've honed in the environment's lighting. This is all looking very nice. The rest of this short film is done. It was just this. So everything is now in place, and now all I have to do is I have to render out the shots. I have to take all those shots, I have to set up my cameras, which won't take very long, and render out all those shots, bring it into DaVinci Resolve, do a bit of quick sound design, and get it out there for all of you to enjoy, which I think you guys are going to have fun watching this. I've got 2 other short films as well that I am cooking. So when this one goes live, the live streams will continue after this one comes out. Yes, this is coming out soon. This is coming out very soon. How soon, I don't know, but ideally, I'd love to get it out next weekend. Like, I'd love to finish rendering everything this week and get the sound design done and get this thing out there this coming weekend. That would be ideal. I might have to push it until early. I might have to push it until the Monday or the Tuesday. I'm not sure, but that is ideally the goal right now. But the live streams will continue after this short film goes live, because I've got 2 other mini short films that I'm working on, so you guys can continue enjoying the live streams, continue enjoying the behind the scenes content. I also, like I said, the way the channel is now going is we have these mini short films such as this one and some others, and then we have the much larger short films like We Few Survivors, that are both happening at the same time, like both being made at the same time, but the mini ones are just going to be much more consistent, so you guys actually get consistent content and aren't waiting 6 months for one video, right? Because that's just not practical. It's also not practical for me. I like to make small projects every now and then because it allows me to tinker and play around with little ideas in my head and not have to worry about them not doing well, because I'm experimenting, right? And we're not thinking about consequence, which can be really exciting. So yeah, we've got some cool stuff on the way. Like I said at the beginning, again, just special shout out to Rococo with all their awesome stuff. This is not sponsored by them. I am just saying that their stuff makes this channel possible. Like I am now officially recognized by them as a Rococo creator, which is so incredible and so humbling. Because, you know, some of my favorite visual effects artists are recognized as Rococo creators, and now I'm recognized as a Rococo creator, which is very exciting. So their stuff is very cool, and so I recommend checking out. If you are interested in checking out their stuff, there is a link in the description. It is an affiliate link, so if you buy anything, it will support the channel. There's also a discount code down there, so if you do end up buying anything, whether it is hardware or software, because they have like AI video mocap, which is very affordable and pretty good. The dual cam one I've seen has been pretty good. The single cam one is free, and the dual cam one, from what I've seen, it looked pretty cool. Like, I haven't used it personally because I have the suits, but I've been told that it's pretty exciting to use, so you can definitely check that out if things like a suit or gloves or anything like that is way beyond your budget, which I totally get it if it is. But yep, there's an affiliate link down there. There's a discount code down there. So basically, if you do end up getting anything from Rococo, it will support the channel. And I promise you, any profits made from anything that is related to this channel, all of it goes back into the channel. It does not go into my pocket. It goes right back into the channel. It all gets invested to make better content for all of you, because that's what I care about doing. I don't care about making crazy profits. I care about making good content, right? Because that's what got me into this as a kid, right? This is why we get into creative things, all right? Okay. Thank you. But yeah, like I said, like, just I do this because I love it, right? There's no other reason behind this. I do it because I love it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. I'm gonna hopefully get this thing out for you guys to enjoy next weekend. If not, it will be very early the following week, like Monday or Tuesday or something like that. But ideally pretty soon you guys will be able to enjoy this, and then it'll be on to the next one, and we'll keep doing these live streams. So I enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I hope you guys all have an incredible week. Fia, I hope you have an awesome week as well. And yeah, guys, really that's all there is to say. I really hope that you had a good time learning some stuff. Consider following me on Instagram. No worries, man. No worries. Thank you for coming. Thank you for taking the time to be a part of the live stream. I really appreciate it. Everyone that took time to be a part of this, I really appreciate it. Right? Anyone that takes time to consume content of mine, I am deeply grateful. But yeah, if you want to see more content, like I said, I'm very active on YouTube, but I'm also very active on Instagram. I do have a TikTok, but I don't really use it because I don't really like TikTok. I think it's not a great app, but I prefer Instagram. But yeah, you too, Fia. Have an amazing week, and follow me there to see more exclusive stuff, more teasers and things like that. And basically, that's everything I have to say. So until next time, in a bit, lads.